He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy.
On today's episode of Video Marketing Madness, we're going to talk about how to get subscribers for your YouTube channel. And today's episode is made possible by TubeBuddy. That's right, TubeBuddy. If you're trying to grow your channel and you want to get all the help you can, then you need to check out TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy gives you lots of different tools for marketing your YouTube videos and getting the information that you need out of those videos, as well as keeping track of how your video is doing. So if you want to advance your YouTube marketing, then check out TubeBuddy by heading to tubebuddy.com/Ray the Video Guy. Ray the Video Guy. So tubebuddy.com/Ray the Video Guy. And it's a perfect little thing to put in there because we're going to be talking a bit about TubeBuddy as well as some other things about YouTube today, because as we know, as many of you probably know, YouTube has made a lot of changes lately. And quite frankly, some people are not all that excited by those changes, but we got to live with them. Can't fight YouTube. Can't fight City Hall. Can't fight YouTube. And they've made some changes. So what kind of changes has YouTube made? Well, they've decided that now, in order to be part of the Partners program and start making money with your YouTube channel, you need to have, you need to have 4,000 hours of watch time. In other words, people have to watch 4,000 hours of your content in order to be part of the partner program. You also need to have 1,000 subscribers, which is why we're talking about subscribers today, and you need to have 10,000 total lifetime views. And those views, of course, have to add up to 4,000 hours. So that's a lot of stuff that you didn't have to have before to join the partner program. They're trying to crack down on people creating accounts and doing crazy things and then disappearing overnight. So now they're making you really work for the ability to make money with YouTube, which is, probably not a bad thing for the sponsors. It probably makes a lot of sense. And, why not, right? So they're going to add that in there. So what we need to do is we need to figure out how we're going to get those subscribers. Now, the 4,000 hours of watch time, probably not overly difficult for most people because, quite frankly, you can go and pay YouTube to promote your videos, and with just probably it's going to cost you a little bit, but not a ton. You'll be able to get those 10,000 views, those 4,000 hours fairly easily if you do that. Especially if your channel's been around a while and you're already halfway there, and you can just sponsor a few videos, get lots of views, and hopefully, when you do that, you'll be able to make sales of products and things as you do that. Well, the tough one for most people is subscribing, getting those people to subscribe to your videos. And quite honestly, I find it very difficult to get subscribers. I've put out a lot of videos for clients and different things, and we can get a lot of views, but getting people to subscribe and getting people to even comment on a video is actually a lot more difficult sometimes than you might think, especially if your channel isn't something that's conversational or something where people are going to want to spend a lot of time with your channel. So for instance, if you've got a channel where you're discussing something fun, bicycling. I don't know why I'm saying bicycling, but we'll say bicycling. Well, people are going to comment on that because it's a topic of discussion that they love. They're passionate about it. And they're going to subscribe because they want to see more content about that. Now, if you're a divorce attorney, well, guess what? People don't want to sit and watch a bunch of divorce attorney videos unless they have to. They're not going to subscribe nearly as easily because once they're divorced, they don't want to hear about it anymore. So it makes it very difficult for some business channels to get people to subscribe because it's not something that's conversational, not something they want to keep on talking about over time. So you have to work a little bit harder to be able to get people to subscribe to the channel and play little games with them to get them to do that. Offer prizes, whatever you have to do that, right? So how do we go about getting more subscribers? Now, I'll tell you this, in the old days, Steve, it was very easy. You went to a website, you paid $20, and the next day you had 10,000 subscribers.
That's right.
Very, very easy. But
I've got a
unfortunately,
number of channels that have a lot of subscribers still because of that. Even though a lot of them were taken away, there's still a lot left.
there is still a lot left. Yeah, even, I didn't do that with my particular one, but when they started doing all that stuff, I had a bunch taken away as well. And mine were done, as far as I know, completely legitimate on that channel. So it was, they were definitely, they cut out a lot of people, which is too bad. But so how do we get subscribers in this day and age, especially if your channel is not one that, people are going to want to constantly get videos from? Well, you got to do a lot of work, unfortunately. It's not necessarily an easy process. You can't just pay a website $20 anymore. I mean, you can, but chances are it's not going to work out for you. So you probably don't want to do that anymore. So the first thing you need to do, and this is going to sound silly, but it's definitely something that I think is important. You got to plan this out. You got to be ready for this. And what I mean by that is you need to know, what do you want? How many subscribers do you want to get? What are you actually going to do to make sure that you get subscribers? Are you going to, are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? How many times are you going to do this? You're going to do this once a week? You're going to do this every day? Whatever it is, you need to plan it out, because quite honestly, when you don't, well, let's use the old phrase. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And in this case, that's exactly what it is. You've got to have some sort of plan that you want to use. And hopefully with the other things we're going to talk about, that will help you to build that plan. But actually writing it down, what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, is a huge part of that, because what's not written down doesn't get done. It's just the way it is, A few things to go over, the obvious things. If you want subscribers, you've got to post good content. You've got to post videos that people want to watch. So, does that mean it needs to be a Hollywood produced film? No. But what it needs to be is it needs to be something that meets their needs. If you're delivering information as a lawyer, it doesn't have to be a well-produced thing. It needs to be the information. The information, people need that information at that time, so that's what you need to produce. If you're producing bicycle videos, well, then you need to do some fun things that people want to see. If you're just an online blog, you've got to provide information that people want to hear about. So that's just one thing that can, it's a basic. You just got to put good content that people want to watch, because if they want to watch your content, they'll subscribe to get more of it, okay? You got to increase your uploading frequency. You've got to provide people with content so that they need to catch up. If you look at podcasts, people subscribe to podcasts because every week there's a podcast coming out and they know they're going to get it every week, so they might as well subscribe to it. Same thing with your videos. There's not a hard and fast rule for this, but if you're going to do a show every Wednesday, do a show every Wednesday. If you're going to upload new videos on Fridays, upload new videos on Fridays. By the way, I fail on this one for myself all the time, but it is something that you definitely need to do in order to get that going. Make sure that all of your content is well optimized so people can find it. Again, this is the basics. I'm sure this is something you say, well, duh, but honestly, you do. You've got to make sure that if you're producing content as a divorce lawyer, that people, when they're looking for divorce lawyers, they're going to find your content. So you've got to optimize the titles, the tags, the descriptions, and just do a really good job of making sure people can find your content, because that's a very important part of it, okay? Your channel. Your channel has a lot of things you can do with it. Now, if you remember the old days, it used to just be one little page and you had videos on there and it was kind of a mess. Channels now are very well organized and they have a lot of opportunities for optimizing. And one thing that you need to know too is, in order to do some of the things you want to do on YouTube, you have to optimize your channel or they won't even give it to you. You can't, I'm not sure on the new thing with the partner program on this, but for some of the features that they have in YouTube, in order to have them and use them, you need to have your banner at the top of the YouTube channel. You need to have an icon for yourself in there. And you definitely want to go in and you want to fill out all the About Us information, the tags, everything you can to make sure that people can find your channel and that your channel tells people exactly what it's about. So when they visit there, they know to subscribe. Channel trailer. Now, if you don't know what a trailer is a video that you put on your channel at the very top that greets people when they first come in. It's the video. It's the video that's going to make them subscribe to your channel. It can be just one of your videos if you'd like, but even better would be to create a video specifically for that position as a trailer. welcoming people to the channel, telling them what to expect, telling them when you upload videos. So if you have a trailer on there that says, hey, thanks for coming to our channel, be sure to subscribe. We put out new content every single Wednesday at noon. You know, that kind of a thing. That's going to go a long way. So really think about your trailer and what you want to have in there. Now, aside from your trailer, after people watch your trailer and they've subscribed to your channel, you can have features for the next video they should watch. So make sure that you get the proper videos in there so that they watch the videos they need to watch right away, get them to subscribe, and of course, you know, make them have a reason for coming back to your channel. You also want to use things like thumbnails. Thumbnails are another great way to get people's attention. If your thumbnail has a nice engaging picture and clearly states what it's about, people are going to click when they're looking for that information. They'll go in, hopefully you can get them to subscribe, but it's just a big help for people finding your stuff. Okay. The other thing that you want to be able to do is start using all of the tools that are inside YouTube. End screens. You can have an end screen on your videos that'll allow people to click to the next video. It'll allow them to click a subscribe button, and all of those things are going to help get more subscriptions. Okay. Another thing that you need to do is in your videos, tell people to subscribe, either by graphic or literally tell them, say, if you liked this, subscribe by clicking the button below. Make sure you do that because, believe it or not, people will do what you ask them to do most of the time when it comes to that. If you ask them to subscribe, ask them to like the video, chances are much higher that they're actually going to do it than if they weren't told to do that in the first place. So take the time, ask people to do it. Again, it can be a graphic, it can be you talking, however you want to do it. Just get people to subscribe to the videos or to the channel each and every time you have a video. Okay. Another thing that you can do is make sure that you give people other options to subscribe. You can get a subscribe button from YouTube and put it on your website. Put it on, you know, whatever types of websites you use in different places. Let people have an option to connect with you just like they do with Facebook. People always put Facebook likes or subscribe to my Facebook or, you know, whatever. You can do that with YouTube as well. Put that on your page so that people can subscribe to your channel right from your webpage. In fact, you know, there's, for those of you that use lead pages, and for those of you who don't, you'll have to kind of take this idea and work with it. They actually have a built-in template in there that allows people to get a free gift for subscribing to your YouTube channel. So you can do things like that, you know, subscribe to my channel and we'll send you X. And so that can be a big help. Now, some will say YouTube frowns upon that, but, you know, quite honestly, I don't see the big deal in it. So just make sure you're careful. Okay, so what about things like cards, annotations? Now, the annotations, of course, are going away. They're not going to be like they used to, so the end screens are where you're going to have to do that. Unfortunately, annotations used to be a great way to do that. Doesn't quite work anymore. It's going away. Not an option. So what you want to do is use YouTube cards as well. Put cards into your videos so that you can get people to subscribe that way. Put a subscription link in the description as well, because people start scrolling down that page, they don't have that button there anymore. They can see, you know, subscribe here in the actual description. Click that, and of course, that'll get people to subscribe more as well. On top of that, the other thing that you can always do is put things onto Facebook. Put your videos on Facebook and have people, you know, tell people, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Getting people to take action is the biggest thing here. It's not easy to do, and unfortunately, you can't just go and buy them like you used to. So you can't cheat with that. You've got to take action. You've got to act and ask people to do these things in all the different platforms that you possibly can. Drive traffic back to YouTube. Ask them to subscribe. Get them to do it. Now, one other thing that works really, really well, and this is something that I used to do a lot of, and I really should do a lot more of, and we've talked about this on the show before, is get active on YouTube, okay? So, for instance, if we go back to our bicycle shop that has a YouTube channel, well, why don't you go to other bicycle YouTube channels and watch some videos, look for people in the comments that are asking questions. So if they're asking, well, gee, I bought a such and such bike and I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z with it, is there an easy way to do that? Well, if you know the answer, and yes, this is on a competitor's video, but you answer that person, yeah, here's what you do, get one of these and do this. That person is very likely to subscribe back to your channel. And I'm not just saying, you know, oh, it's, you know, they might do it. No, I've watched them do it. I've actually got on my computer, in this corner up over here on my screen, when somebody subscribes to my channel, the thing pops up and says, Johnny Smith just subscribed to your channel. And I've gone to competitors' videos, answered questions down in the comments area, and literally 2 minutes later, boop, that same person just subscribed to my channel. Works like a charm. Is it going to work every time? Maybe not. But you know what? You're going to build a reputation on there. That person is going to see it. Other people are going to see your answer. They're going to check you out. They are going to subscribe. It will work. It may not work every single time that you do an answer, but it will help you to grow your channel. There's no doubt about it. It works every time. Well, not every time, but every time you go out and do it, you're going to get results. You may not get results from every answer, but you're going to get results when you go out and do that. It's pretty much guaranteed. Okay, so going back to the front of the show, one of the softwares that we had, they said the show was made possible by TubeBuddy. And if you don't know what TubeBuddy is, head on over to tubebuddy.com/RayTheVideoGuy, and you can check it out. They have a free version you can download, and they have a paid version that you can download. So just check it out there. It's got a lot of great tools. So what does it do? Well, what I say TubeBuddy does is it adds things that YouTube forgot about. So for instance, and actually that's not totally true because YouTube's made a couple changes on this, but back in the day, one of the most exciting things that TubeBuddy actually added to my channel, believe it or not, was a button that took me to my channel. Because if you remember, inside of YouTube itself, when you were logged in, there was no button to go to your own channel. You had to go into the Creator Studio and then you could view channel. But TubeBuddy actually added that in there. But it adds a lot of really cool features that you can use. So for instance, you can kind of monitor how your video is doing. You can set defaults. Now this is what's great here. So think about this. If you're we'll go back to the guy with the bicycle videos, the bicycling videos. If he knows that in every video he's going to put his, maybe he's got a bike shop, and so in every video he's going to put the address, phone number, website at the bottom of his videos, and he's going to put a description of his company at the bottom of his videos. You can actually set default content inside of TubeBuddy so that every time you upload a video, you can automatically put that repetitive stuff in the new video. So what you would have then is you'd upload your video and automatically all the information about the bicycle shop and the location, even tags, can automatically be put into that particular video. Then all you have to do is put the new content on the top of that. Change your title. You can also, by the way, in the defaults, you can even set things in the title. So you could have a default title that says, that always mentions the shop name. So dash, John's Bicycle Shop or whatever. You can do that inside of TubeBuddy. You can optimize. It'll tell you how you're doing. So it'll literally show you, where you're going right, where you're going wrong as far as your actual video. So if your SEO is not good in your video, it's going to let you know. It's going to help you to figure out what to do so that you can be found more often. So it's a very, very powerful tool. It's one that, quite honestly, I don't know if I could even live without these days. It's too good of a product. It just adds too many good features to YouTube. Yes, sir, Steve.
You know what I like about TubeBuddy as well? The thumbnail creator. That is awesome.
Yes, it has a thumbnail creator in there, which of course we just talked about as being one of the more important things. So the thumbnail creator, another great tool that's in there. And by the way, we should also mention another tool that I use quite often is vidIQ, which does a lot of the, I don't want to say a lot of the same things. It does different things, but it gives you a lot of information about how your video is doing, how many views per hour. It gives you an SEO score and shows you where you're lacking. And, so it's just those two tools together, but TubeBuddy, just fantastic. But vidIQ, a great for research. I mean, just check them both out because vidIQ is another one that's really, really good. Now, another thing that you can do to help get more subscribers, and this is kind of a weird one in a way because you wouldn't think of this as being for subscribers, but it does help shorter videos. Having videos that aren't 2 hours long or 20 minutes long, having 3 to 5 minute videos, that can really get people to subscribe. And the reason for that is they're going to watch your video more thoroughly because it's only 3 to 5 minutes. They're going to go to another one. They're going to go to another one. And if they watch a couple of videos, they're more likely to subscribe. It also gives you more opportunities to ask them to subscribe. Unless you do it every 3 minutes in a 20-minute video, which would be pretty annoying, they're going to be getting, at the end of that 3 minutes, subscribe. The end of the next 3 minutes, subscribe. So you want to make short videos whenever you can, because it's going to help you to get your message out quicker. It's going to get people watching more videos, and if they're watching more videos and they like them, they're more likely to subscribe. So just something to think about. Keep those videos fairly short so that you don't overdo it with that. Again, we talked about the end screens in YouTube, but you can also have intros into your video and ask people to subscribe there, as well as before the end screen, you could put, some sort of an outro to the end screen, and that can also have information about that, getting people to subscribe as well. What we like to do in a lot of different videos is we create what we call donuts. Now, what I mean by a donut is we create the front and the end, and then we change the middle. So there's a hole in the middle. And the beginning might be for, let's say for a doctor or a lawyer or a dentist, something like that. They'll say, hey, this is John the dentist, and over the next 2 minutes, I'm going to show you why how you can get the perfect toothbrush. Well, actually, we wouldn't say toothbrush because that would be for that particular video, but you get the idea. Over the next 3 minutes, we're going to show you something great about dentistry. And then, of course, you do the video, and then at the end, hey, if you like this, subscribe. So those are opportunities to add, ask people to subscribe, and that you can put into every video just to do that. So intros, outros, another great way to do that. And again, optimization is key. Just make sure that you optimize all of these videos. And I don't just mean the text. I mean, optimize them in every way that you can think of. Keeping them nice and short, keeping the titles, tags, and descriptions optimized, optimize those thumbnails, everything you can to get people to pay more attention. Okay? Another thing that you can do is make sure that you give people a happy feeling about you. Make sure that it's a happy video, because happy videos get people to subscribe. Angry videos, sad videos, not going to work as much. So end your video happy, and give people a bright reason that they want to be able to do that. And finally, the one other thing that I really want to talk about, and we talked about this a little bit, kind of. We told you to go to other people's videos and interact with people, but you got to interact with your own audience on your channel as well. Make sure that you're answering people's questions. Make sure that you're following up with people. Make sure that you're interacting with them. If people leave a comment back, talk to them. Do things that can really get you to get in their good graces, because once you do, they're really going to like your content. They're going to want to stick around to see all of your content. And one other thing to mention, and we talked about it a little earlier, is do things that are fun. Have contests, get people involved. If you've got giveaways, hey, subscribe here and, we'll send you this. It's just a great way to be able to interact with those people as well. So interaction is another big key that you can use in this. And of course, interact with them in other places and send them to your YouTube channel. You want to get that YouTube channel to be everywhere, but when you combine all of these things, you're going to be able to grow your subscriber base. And when you grow your subscriber base, you're going to get all the features that you wanted out of YouTube. So if you're looking to be in the partner program, you got to get 1,000 subscribers. This is one way to do it. Now, one last thing I want to talk about, and I left this for the end because this is what I would call the semi-controversial stuff. And what I mean by this is, we talked about the old way that people would buy subscribers, and you're not really supposed to do that because it's not really good. Well, there is something you can do that actually can be helpful. You got to be a little bit careful. You got to look and see where you're really doing this and who you're doing this with. But there are a lot of sub channels out there. And what that means is usually on a place like Facebook, you can look up sub for sub, YouTube subs, things like that. And what you're going to find is you're going to find groups of people that will subscribe back and forth to each other's channels. Hey, you subscribe to my channel, I subscribe to yours. And this is a great way to be able to grow a subscriber base with real people that are really using that are really using YouTube. So you want to check that out. Be careful. I've been into a few of them where the content was a little more controversial, and it was a lot of I'm here in the U.S., but a lot of it was like Middle Eastern, and so they weren't even speaking English. So you want to make sure that you get the subscribers that make sense for your channel. And if you're a local bike shop in Arizona and you've got 1,000 subscribers that are in Saudi Arabia, probably doesn't make a lot of sense, and could get you into some hot water there. So you want to make sure you check that out. For whatever reason, and I don't know why it was the Middle Eastern stuff, but a lot of the groups, for whatever reason, had a lot of Middle Eastern people doing the sub for subs. And, I wanted to get more of the U.S. audience, so I had to go to the proper ones. So check those out. They can be very useful. It kind of hits that gray area. You're not paying anybody to just subscribe, but you're asking people. So it's really not a major issue, but definitely something that you want to check out if you want to grow your subscriber base pretty quickly is the sub for sub channels. And again, you can check those out on Facebook. They've got them on, I'm sure they have them on Reddit and a bunch of other places as well, but Facebook's a pretty easy one to get to. So with that, if you do all of these things, if you take action, if you plan ahead, you can get those 1,000 plus subscribers. I mean, heck, I know channels that have, 100,000 subscribers, 300,000 subscribers. So it's not all that difficult to do, but it does require taking action, and it does take time. So you want to work hard on it. And if you do, you'll get those subscribers, you'll get those views, and you'll be good to go. And that's that.
Very, very good. Yeah, good advice, Ray.
Well, thank you, Steve.
And I want to second the thumbnail and very good tools.
Yes, very, very good tools. Indeed.
Chrome extensions, easy to use. Go get it. Free versions.
Yeah. Quite honestly, you probably want to take a good look at the paid version. It has a lot more tools in it. Mm-hmm. But the free version is very nice. They give you a lot for free.
Well, the pay is going to give you a lot more.
Yes.
But the free will let you evaluate it.
Absolutely.
So there we go. There's another video marketing madness in the can with Ray, the video guy.
In the can.
In the can.
I like it.
So do we want to end with a jingle?
Yes, I think we shall.
Okay, all right. Well, let me just say that it's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray, the video guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper on the Earned Show Podcast Network. Today's program made possible by, well, we talked about it a ton of times here, TubeBuddy. If you want to start taking YouTube to the next level and get all the tools you need for success, well, head on over to TubeBuddy.com/Ray the Video Guy and check out the great tools that TubeBuddy has to offer. When you do so, you'll be able to start doing things like research and seeing how your videos are performing and adding all sorts of cool tools. So check it out at TubeBuddy.com/Ray the Video Guy. Ray the Video Guy. Now, is that the paid version?
That's to download either one. So you can go. That just gives you. You go there, you check it all out. So that's right.
Okay, very good.
That's right.
You're a man, Ray.
I sure am.
Man, Ray.
Until next time, this is Ray for Steve, and let's hit it. Let's hit the music. Here we go.
Okay.
He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy.